Hello adventurers! Today we're going to showcase all the latest updates we have about Hytale, so don't stray away from the video, because it's time to stand up and celebrate that 2 more questions were answered through Ask Hytale. Before we dive into all of this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest news. If you watched the previous video, you'll know that the updates we've had have been quite scarce, but it seems they decided to give us some signs of life and not only answered 1, but 2 questions. Well, we know they won't answer all the questions. They've made it clear that not everything will be revealed to us, and that some things we'll only know when we have the game in our hands. A very interesting question was answered by Buddhacat. They asked him the following: will Ask Hytale updates always be at the end of the month? Or is it just a coincidence that both have coincided at the same time? And he replied, honestly, just a coincidence. There's no established pattern for this at the moment. I can definitely confirm that the next one will be released well before the end of March, which is great news, as we won't have to wait so long for a new update about the game, and honestly, wouldn't it be great to see a new screenshot of the game? Still in the same conversation, the follower Canadian said, can we expect a blog in March? Well, we would love to see a very extensive blog post with very relevant information about the game. It doesn't hurt to dream, right? So without further ado, let's get to the main questions that were answered through Ask Hytale. The first one was, will there be a tutorial mode in Hytale? And the design responded as follows. This is a great question that I can answer with a bit of context. Yes, and we're not just thinking about tutorials, but about how we welcome players to become avatars in the Hytale universe. Our initial integration should teach you what it means to be an avatar and how your powers can be different. That is, the capital, your own world, or an experience created by someone else. Of course, things like movement, block manipulation, and other truly fundamental concepts need to be introduced. But don't expect to dive into all the details right away. It's a universe of creative possibilities, and you'll learn much more when you're at home within it. You're probably wondering, but how will this work in practice? Well, even though there are special powers and abilities, the game won't overwhelm players with all the details right away. Fundamental concepts like movement and block manipulation will be introduced gradually to ensure that players don't feel overwhelmed. There are also indications that players will have a lot of freedom to explore and create within the game. A world full of possibilities awaits. Well, now let's talk about the second question that was answered. When it comes to combat, will there be any other type of counter besides blocking, such as parrying or dodging? And the senior designer replied, yes, absolutely. Combat works best when there is a variety of important options available to the player, and each of them has its positives and negatives. We want to allow players to express themselves through the way they decide to approach combat. The equipment they bring also plays a role. It's fun when players use equipment and abilities to create their personal combat approach. All these factors play a fundamental role in shaping Hytale's core combat. So we see that the game will offer a variety of options for players to handle combat. Beyond simple blocking, players will be able to customize their combat approach according to their individual preferences. This means they'll be able to choose how they want to face challenges based on their skills, equipment, and preferred strategies. It will be possible to express ourselves personally in the game's combat, which aligns with the game's proposal to explore our creativity. Did you like the questions answered? Leave in the comments what you would like to see in Hytale. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for contributing to the channel's growth. You're part of it. Don't leave the video without giving it a like and sharing it with your friends. By doing this, YouTube understands that our content is good and shows it to more people. And until next time, adventurers.